everybody.
Hey,
Sango's here with me this time.
baby.
We got some stuff set up so I could do this. I'm still sick, so
Oh,
that's why Sango's here to kind of help me, because
yes.
I sound horrible. I am sorry about that. I have been trying.
I'm his support awesomeness.
Yeah, I have been trying to get over this, whatever the hell this is, and yeah, I'm just fighting with it still. So, but anyway,
Yeah.
this is the Saga of Sir K, First Movement by Reddit user My Capitaine.
I like the name.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Hiya. Hello. Fairly new lurker, first time poster. Well, I'm glad that you're here.
Woo.
Hello to the herd, to Moonhorse and Sango. How's it hanging?
Hi.
Well, it's a little bit to the left on windy days, but
Now buckle up, kids. Throw a big old log on the fire and hunker down. I have a story to tell. I like stories.
Yes.
Some context. In my mid-20s, I worked as a freelance artist and a bakery supervisor.
Ooh.
I'm non-binary and use they-them pronouns, but I was assigned female, and during most of this tale, I presented as such. Since my late high school years, I've had short, brightly colored hair. I'm a very thoughtful and empathetic person. I've always had a weird or spooky, nerdy interest.
Woohoo.
I had hit the weeb phase hard.
Ooh.
Loved dark fantasy, read too much gaming, all that stuff. I 100% give off manic pixie dream girl energy. Oh no! It's the bright hair, creative arts degree, depression/anxiety, which I am now managing with meds and therapy. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're doing better, yeah. I know this about myself, and I absolutely loathe it, since it means I have to deal with, primarily, men who fall in love with this weird, idealized version of me. And I have to explain to them that I am 1, not a woman, and 2, not here to fix their shit, also 3, not even remotely interested in trying, thank you.
Woo.
Very well put.
Mm-hmm.
Enter our nice guy, Sir K. Had to give him the epic voice.
Yes, you did.
I met him while I was working at a haunted house about sophomore year of high school. He was a sweet dude, very fun and boisterous, making him great to work with. He brought such energy to a room that it made the nights fly by when we were working the haunt, and then the hot summer days working on set pieces bearable. We would get subtly flirty. I remember him even picking me up one time and throwing me over his shoulder and saying something along the lines of, "Sorry, gentlemen, but I'm taking this one to be my wife."
No.
I had to give him the voice. I enjoyed the attention, as in my experience prior. I was one of the weird art kids in a small town who got asked about joke a lot. But he was just out of high school. I think we're about 3 or 4 years apart. So we opted to just remain friends. Not gonna lie, he had a really pretty long, smooth black hair, but a scraggly chin/neck beard with no stash, and clothes that, when he wasn't in costume, looked like he had robbed a homeless man twice his size. And by the state of his garments, it had been a rough fight. During the off-season, we didn't talk as much. We fell out of touch, and I prepared for my last year of school and my journey away to college. During this time, I actually started dating my high school sweetheart. I was super happy in this relationship. I was excited to go away to school to study art. Things looked pretty good. I was 18, newly graduated, and the youthful light in my eyes of possibility had not yet been extinguished, crushed, and scattered to the wind. Over the summer, after graduation, before I moved away to start my new adult life, Kay started to reach out again, wanting to hang out before I moved up to the city over an hour away. I obliged. I made a huge mistake.
Oh, no.
As a friend, Kay could be awesome to be around, very charismatic, if a bit eccentric and obnoxious at times. It could get to be too much for my small introverted self, but it was nice every now and again to be around that kind of energy. I had long been over my feelings about Kay at this point, but what I hadn't known was that Kay was not over his feelings about me. He would be weirdly complimentary in some occasions. I remember the gym I went to was close to the apartments he and his brother shared, and at one point he had asked me to come over straight from there. The gym didn't have shower, so I mentioned that, man, I guess, but I want to be sweaty and nasty. His response had been something like, "Now you just glow. Besides, I like the way hard work looks on a woman." What?
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 Ew.
That just makes me really uncomfortable.
Ugh.
Our first red flag. Oh, yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
But I was all too willing to brush it off. I figured he was just trying not to make me feel self-conscious, and maybe just, in his K way, overcompensating. He and I, at this point, were actually really good and close friends. He would even call me his best friend. We were right chummy, or so I thought. I go over, we start watching some old Saint Seiya on VHS that his brother had lying around, feeling nostalgic about cartoons we had both watched as kids. We're on the couch, comfortably lounged with cups of cold coffee. His unit was a basement unit, and not gonna lie, cold air felt nice. I was downright chill and relaxed. Kay at one point adjusts himself on the couch to lean on me, and I hear him breathe in. He says something about, "You always smell like coffee and lilacs. Lilacs are my favorite flower, too." Bruh.
Oh.
I'm confused. Coffee, I'd believe. I was an avid drinker of the stuff. Still am. That makes two of us. But right now, I probably just smelled like sweat and a bit of soap and water that I'd splashed on myself in the bathroom when I'd arrived. I just kind of laugh it off and tell him, "You're full of shit," and we both know that. This was, again, the wrong choice. The correct choice would have been to get up, get in my car, and never return. This is not what I did. I turned my head to look at him, and with what was facing me now, all I could do was let out a slow crescendo of horror.
What are you doing?
His face was inches from mine, but he reels back as I screech. Panicked and defensive, he replies, I was gonna kiss you.
Why?
Because I'm in love with you."
Ew.
I could not manage the words. As far as I had known, we had put this to bed years ago. I was in what was, at the time, a 3-year-long relationship, which he knew, and had even met my partner. We hadn't, prior to this, seen each other in months. All I could manage, again, was...
But why?
He went into how I reminded him of Ramona Flower. Oh, God. And he was my Scott Pilgrim. Oh, God.
No.
How I wandered into his life in my adventurous way. I made him happy, made his life an adventure, and made him feel like he could overcome his problems. Never mind how in the comic both Scott and Ramona spend a lot of time being shitty people who are terrible for each other and all that. In part, being the point of the series, they have to fix their own problems and get their own lives together before they can be in any kind of a healthy relationship. No, he just goes on about how he would fight for me, and that he would be my knight in shining armor.
Lord.
I tried to be as gentle as I could and let him know.
Hey man, I'm actually very happy and in love with Sven. And while I'm flattered, I used to feel the same. I don't know that this is something I want.
He goes on to implore me that my boyfriend doesn't pay enough attention to me, how he could sing for me. What?
What?
Fight for me. He could give me all the love and attention I could ever desire.
That's not how a relationship works, but okay.
That's that nice guy. Oh no. I had said I cared for him long ago. Why not now? Now maybe we could be together. What an injustice that he would never know what it was like to kiss me. The woe! In a weird way, being young and naive, he made it felt like it was somehow my fault that I didn't feel the same way, and that he would have to suffer with loving me. It's
Maybe you should have told the person that you loved them back in high school.
well, even then, your body, your choice. If you're not into somebody, you're just not into them.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying that this
But
guy should have said something.
by now, I was frantically texting the beau about what was happening. The consensus was, let him kiss you once and get the fuck out of there.
Whew.
And so we came to the agreement. One kiss, once, one time, never, ever, ever again. And if I did, he could never, ever, ever bring up the idea of us again. He would get one smooch, and from there on, he would have to be okay with just being my friend, or yeet himself from my life completely.
Yeet.
The beau and I thought surely this was a good bargaining chip, and he, as a man of honor, would keep his word to his lady. I haven't read the next paragraph, but I'm gonna predict that this doesn't work out.
I'm going with you.
He went for a rather elaborate setup. He walked me to the car. I was not sticking around. There's a lilac tree outside on the property. There's summer rain coming down. He actually swung me over for a French dip, badly. My back felt like it was going to snap in half. And laid a big smooch on my lips, right out of fucking Hollywood nightmare. I was determined to make it as unpleasant as possible, laid limp like a cold fish with my mouth on a hard line. He gave a loving look gazed deep into my stormy ocean eyes, obviously expecting that I would swoon at his romantic gesture. Nope. Instead, I just said,
We done? Let me out. Going home. Later.
and I took the rainy drive home. I stopped at a local Starbucks to try and drown out the idea. I wouldn't talk with Kay at all for the rest of that summer. I'd move away to school in August. I'd make so many wonderful friends my first year of college. Things between me and my high school beau would end up not working out, but I'd be on a fresh path to a happy life. Wish I could say I never spoke to Kay again, but, well, that's for part 2.
Oh, there's a part 2!
Yes, it's going to be a series from the looks of it. I'm excited for that. So, I kind of had a feeling that this was not going to be one of those things where it's like a one and done, we never have to worry about it again. It's like, oh no, that is not the nature of the nice guy.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, I had a feeling. See, I completely forgot while reading this, because I'm also still kind of sick and not really entirely here. I completely forgot you had labeled this as part 1. And I was like, oh no, there's going to be more. There's no way that he did this one time and just let it go. Not if the story is on this channel. No, I know better than that.
It actually reminded me of, I was rewatching one of your videos, and it reminded me of, like, the fact that this person was having a problem with a leg beard. And I'm kind of glad that, like, you were not only did you openly share about, like, what you went through with your exes, but the fact that it's just kind of like, just because, it's kind of like this, just because you're nice to them and you let them do this once doesn't mean that they're going to stop bugging you about it, because they will keep bugging you about it.
Yeah, certain people are taking advantage. People's just their thing, and they're kind of horrible like that.
Yeah. I've had that with I didn't date the guy. I think I told you about it, Moonhorse. I didn't date the guy, but this guy had crazy feelings for me in high school.
Yes, you did tell me about that.
He stalked me to my classes.
Ugh, yeah.
And I was literally going to go to, like, an authoritative figure in the school, but then my ex actually came out of nowhere, and he's just like, is he bothering you? And I'm like, he's stalking me. He won't leave me alone. I told him that I don't like him that way, and he doesn't get the hint.
Yeah, it's not
my
a good time.
first ex-boyfriend just helps me. It was weird, but it was nice.
Well, it is what it is.
Oh yeah.
At least he's not bothering you anymore. That's always a plus. Well, I look forward to part 2.
Oh yeah, I do too.
And with that, I'd like to say thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, especially since YouTube changed the rules now, and I don't know if I'm in trouble, but I might be. So,
Hey.
I don't know. We'll find out together.
Mhm.
But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I have a Patreon and a merch store, and there's new stuff in the merch store, so you should totally go check it out. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Thank you for that. It's pretty awesome. So we love you all so very much, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Love you guys. Bye.
Goodbye.